Oh, hi everybody. Welcome back. In this video, I am doing a wood burning piece of Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, and I want to talk about two things in this video, and they are both kind of failed experiences I've had recently. One of them being with this piece, and you probably wouldn't say that when you see the end result because I ended up being able to sort of fix it later. But as you can see right now, like the lines that I'm making are really jagged, raggedy, like they're not smooth lines, and like I'm really struggling. And I do have this sped up just 3 times, I think. That way it wouldn't be, super duper long. But the lines are just bad. And this is because of the maintenance part of wood burning. So when I started this journey, I bought the kit and I just went for it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm drawing on wood. That's basically all it is, which yes and no, but I didn't think about or even like research any of the maintenance or technical troubleshooting parts of this new craft. And I later found out that the metal tips of this tool actually gets carbon buildup, and it'll prevent the heat from, I guess, fully circulating, through the tip, and it prevents you from getting nice lines, apparently. And after I found this out and watched some more videos on how to fix it, I finally I bought some powder. I can't remember, I think it's aluminum oxide. It's like some kind of abrasive powder, and I got that in a leather strop and watched this lady on a YouTube video clean the tip of the tool with that powder. And basically it makes the tip almost like brand new again. So it allows the heat to be able to, fully circulate through the tip again. And it just makes the lines so much better. and you can probably see that in some of the other recordings of these wood burnings that I have. After I found this out, I was able to really make these pieces, I guess, more efficiently, I guess. And but as you can see right here, I'm struggling, even with this part, trying to make the circle. See how light the lines are? It's not dark at all. I'm not getting those deep lines. And the tip that I'm using right now is the smaller rounded one. And here in a bit, I switched to a larger tip. Oh, here it is. So this is when I switched to the larger tip, and it's a little bit better, but at this point, I still have no idea about the carbon buildup situation. So I'm just trying my best to get through this, and I think I actually turned the heat up at this point, and it made it kind of even harder because it has that rubber part where my hand is, but still once the heat gets up so high, you can actually feel it a little bit up through there. Not a lot, of course, it's not burning my hand or anything, but I can feel the heat, and where I'm holding it the way I am, the heat is sort of rising up, and was making my hand hot and sweaty, and I was like, okay, this is not good. I just want to get through this. There's not that much more to go, so hopefully I can just power through this and then figure it out later. That was my mindset at this point. So that's one. Another experience I've had here lately is the last convention that I was at. It was another local one here in Tennessee. Chattanooga, and it just wasn't a good con. It just wasn't a good turnout. There was like, hardly nobody there. It was 4th of July weekend, and I know there were some other bigger cons, going on that, had, tons and tons of people there. It was bigger, way bigger cons, but here, I guess just because it wasn't a big named, well-known con, and, being here in the South, like being in Chattanooga, I think most people were outside. We have the Tennessee River right here, and a lot of people are boating, out on the water, out, camping and doing, other things. I just don't think a lot of people were wanting to be like inside downtown that weekend. So, it's all good. I met some cool new people. I got to talk, like, that's one of my favorite things to do, is to talk to not only like the guests, the attendees there, but also talk to the other vendors. And I met some people that, I'd met before. So it was just really cool getting to see some of them, some of the other vendors, and talking to them again about, what have they been up to? What other shows have they been to? And it's, you can get a lot of really good information. People are really, just super nice and willing to share a lot of information about, other cons they've been to, and whether they were good or not, their experience there and whatnot, and what upcoming, shows they're going to and stuff like that. And like, new products they've been working on. And, it's just really nice. There's this one couple who do, the guy hand makes leather products. He has like dice, little dice holders and lighter holders and keychains and stuff. And I ended up buying 2 keychains for my mom and her boyfriend the last time I met them. And then they also write books too. They have their separate, writers. So they have their fantasy. The guy has some fantasy books, and the lady, she writes sci-fi novels. And I just think it just makes me really happy to talk to them. They're just a really lovely couple. But yeah, so I wanted to share these experiences. I know I had to or I have to talk a bit fast because this video isn't that long, but I think it's very important to also sometimes share some of the negative experiences as well as positive. I know sometimes from, other, just people on the internet in general, like other creators, artists, anybody, we see like, all the happy, positive stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that. But also, like, I know there is negative things, negative experiences. And I just wanted to share that with y'all, just to let you know, like, yeah, it's not always great. And hopefully, I've learned from these experiences. So hopefully, y'all can too. If you're faced with some struggles here recently, like, just learn from it and keep on rolling. That's basically all you can do. And yeah, so back to this piece. Another thing I learned is when painting these pieces, and I think you'll see in the next one that I do. So I'm actually finding out what paints are good and which ones are not, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in the next one since I'm almost out of time. But yeah, there's certain paints that are really good, and then certain ones that are not, and it's all because of the sealant that I use. And I do have one that I have to brush on, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be buying a spray instead. That way the paint doesn't do what it did in another piece and run all over the place. So that was no bueno. But anyways, I hope y'all are enjoying your day, and thank you so much for being here and supporting me on Ko-fi, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next Friday, bye!